Fantastic as always. Soundtrack from the Skullgirls official soundtrack. The Skullgirls is a really damn good game and you should totally play it. Go add. And let's take just a quick look to make sure everything is looking alright. Alright, and we are working on, you guessed it, Fist of Legends. So, yesterday, I went through and added pictures to everything to make it look all nice. Yeah, no, I really like Juri, by the way. Like, I really like Juri. She's... Look at those. Oh, God, look at those fucking abs. Yeah, we also have... It was hard not to find good old-fashioned titty pics of fighters. You may ask, but why, Notepad? Why is it so hard to not find, you know, titty pics of fighting game characters? Because that's kind of a tried and true method of making a fighting game, is to slap the girls with the biggest chests on there, as you can tell by Ryu here and his massive chest. We have King from Tekken, my favorite character from Tekken. We have Cody. Jax ripping off poor Liu Kang's arms. Yeah, I thought it was morbidly appropriate. I put a fatality here. We had the entirety of the Skullgirls cast, actually. You even have Big Band here, as well as Beowulf. Out of Skullgirls, I primarily mained Squiggly for a long time. Valentine was my first. I never quite got... I started to get Peacock a little bit, but she never really clicked with me as well as these two did. Valentine's combos were just really nice, and I could pull them off pretty easily, and Squiggly's combos were also really nice for me to pull off pretty reliably, while fucking... I tried Parasol's combos just always kicked me in the dick for some reason, but I bet you she's into that. And we have Absolver here, otherwise known as the most underappreciated game known to human history, because it was really cool and really awesome, but also nobody fucking played it. Of course, Mortal Kombat. You can't have a fighting game without Mortal Kombat. That's from a hentai doujin of Cammy. Don't judge me. And I really wanted to put Biken from Guilty Gear in here. Just... oomph. Yeah, I'm not a Coomer, by the way. I just act like one on TV. In real life. But hey, don't worry about it. So, other things I added Disarm right here. Because how I plan on doing weapons is, weapons kind of have two parts to it. If it's an edged weapon, your limb effectively immediately gets crippled if gets hit with it, but you lose control of it if it's a smaller one. Smaller one, you pretty much jab it into someone's leg and it's immediately crippled, or you jab it into someone's arm, it's immediately crippled, stab it into someone's head, crippled or dead. On the other hand, a blunt weapon nearly just doubles damage for your basic attacks, but you can't use any of your maneuvers unless your style specifically says you can. And that system is theirs to effectively put the danger back in weapons, mostly in a martial arts setting, because just about anyone will tell you, okay, give me 1 second, yes, I yawn. Just about anyone who practices martial arts will tell you, if you get into an actual fight with weapons and such, martial arts isn't going to do jack diddly fucking squat for you, unless you're like expert Krav Maga and you are actually an Israeli IDF agent, but or you know, you're fucking Mossad. But no, outside of that, nah. Like it's not useful. Like, it's useful if you literally have nothing, and they literally have nothing. But like actual, like, getting into a fight with a knife, getting into a fight with people who are able to hurt you with weapons and kill you with them, doesn't go well for the person who doesn't have a weapon. And that's kind of how I wanted to represent it, but I wanted them to be balanced in their own way. So edge weapons pretty much all have a number of uses. Like large edge weapons, you can do it 3 times. Medium edge weapons 2 times. A small edge weapon like a knife, you can shank it into someone and it's gone. It's still insane, though, if you manage to pull it off, because you can do some horrific things with it, such as stabbing it into someone's leg and they can't kick you anymore, or use half their moves. That's kind of your thing with if you start with an edge weapon, that's what you want to do. You want to stab it into some place that you think they're going to very desperately need it, and try not to get disarmed. Because all disarm does is drop the weapon. You don't grab it unless you have a a defensive move for that. For your disarm is that you grab the weapon from them. But if you don't, fun fact, you don't, and it just drops on the ground. Someone can pick it up, but again, it's going to cost them, if they attack you for their first one, for 1 stamina. To pick it up, it's going to cost them 2 stamina. If they want to attack you again, it's going to cost 3 stamina. So they're going to pay 6 stamina to stab you twice if you disarm them, which is a really damn good deal overall. Hey, yeah, you got 1 limb. You maybe got 1 limb on me. Or, hey, I disarmed you twice. I spent 2 stamina to disarm you twice, but you spent 6 stamina to stab me with it. I've come out universally ahead. And so that's kind of how the situation there it is. But again, the big counterpoint is, hey, if you don't, if you fail that, and you say, oh, I'm going to stab you in your chest. And you're like, aha, I'm going to block you. I'm going to use my disarm and try to disarm you with it. And you fail, that thing is going to go into your chest, and it will kill you. Like it immediately puts you in the cripple, and it's going to hurt like hell, and it's not going to be fun for you. So that's kind of how that balances out. We have Parasol here and her big move. I pulled off once on accident against a friend. There we go. And I kind of do have a section here on the nature of the attack. Pretty much say you have to kind of designate up a limb that you're trying to go for. So saying, I headbutt you in the head is, alright, you're going to headbutt me in my head. That's your move. I could redirect that to my arm and, block it with my fist or something. That's kind of, and finally we have Old Boy, which I was very surprised to find Old Boy artwork. Oh, there he is, Old Boy. Everyone loves Old Boy, but I've never actually heard anyone who's like, yeah, here's some fan art of it. I'm like, neat. Alright, so what are we going to do today? So if we go here, go to our FOC spreadsheet, I'm actually going to close this one, and we're going to, I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to open up our document here. There we go. Here is our styles that we're going to be adding. Since there's no dedicated style, there's no dedicated setting for this game, I had to go with the next best thing and just add in a bunch of styles from things I enjoy. So I'm adding in from the game Overgrowth by Wild Wolffire Studios and its prequel Lugaroo. Kenshi, obviously, because I am a Kenshi fan. Western-themed ones. Some fantasy-themed ones, and literal real-life martial arts that are a little bit weird. It's not like, hey, this is karate. Or, hey, this is... this. We have some more famous ones like Krav Maga, obviously, and Coperia. But it's like Jailhouse Rock, technically, is like just American prison brawling. And Bacom from Peru, which is, hey, it's a killing art, literally designed just to shank you. Or, Bukedor, which is a battlefield martial art, which is, as you can tell by pounding a lion, which is literally about beating the shit out of your opponent. So overall, every style is going to be broken down into these 4 basic categories: offensive, defensive, utility, and theory. It's so offensive styles are styles that are really focused around dealing with enemies, and you're going to have a lot of offensive moves to work with. And it's kind of the pick what works best for you to deal with your enemy. Defensive, on the other hand, is a lot more about being reactive. You don't actually want to be on the offensive. You don't want to gain the momentum right away. Or if you do gain the momentum, you want to deliver a few key blows and back off. Because you specialize in blocking blows, in punishing your enemy for pretty much attacking you. The utility section is a lot of stances and a lot of passives. That's kind of what utility moves are. I can probably just rename these utility, to be honest. And again, they're passives, they're stances, they're things that allow you to augment your style to fit what you want. And finally, theory. Theory is all about gaining keywords for use in your keyword moves. So, example here, I have one right here. If I'm going to just put, can I just want the words. Post. Yeah. So right here, I have keyword focus kick. The character makes a dedicated attack toward a specific limb of the target, dealing strength times 2 damage to that specific limb, require 2 functioning links. However, I can combine now with any keyword I have. For example, I have the twist keyword at this rank, which I say a twist focus kick, and pretty much whatever I use that move, my next defensive action is at +2. So I'm going to kick you, and then I'm probably going to back off, because I'm going to get a +2 next time you try to defend against, next time I get to defend against you. Or I also have the fidget. If I, paste here, the fidget move, this move allows the character to make a dodge for no stamina next round, which obviously is getting changed, but you get the idea. That's kind of what theory is all about. You're not going to get a lot of moves, per se, with a theory style. You're going to get a lot of things to augment other moves. Because let's say, again, this is the Lugaru military style. This is from Overgrowth. If you can see here, it is the formal rabbit. Strong directed kicks, emphasis on dodging rather than direct confrontation. It's a lot about, if we look through our various ones, what I should do, because I am a smart boy who does smart boy things for smart reasons. Jesus, this thing is going to be absolutely goddamn massive. I hope you all know that. Oofatronics Rex. Okay, so let's... So I'm going to select every single one of you, go all the way down here. And let's see, you are technically 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, that's 6, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. In case you're wondering, yes, I'm going to have to do this for all of them. I didn't know that they were actually going to be this big. But each move also has a lot of things to it, so I'm not too surprised that it turned out a little bit larger than I was strictly anticipating. And as a side note, like, all of these are... I'm going to be writing a section after I get done with all the styles, which again probably is going to take two sessions of this, to be honest, just because of how many styles I decide to put in, like a fucking masochist. Is I want players to be able to create their own styles in addition to game masters to fit their setting in particular. You notice I don't put anything in front of like, oh, hey, where's, Mortal Kombat? Well, I don't put anything in for Mortal Kombat because I can't think of anything. These ones I kind of had an idea already. So I decided to go with it. Nope, you're not going to let me do that. Fuck. Marriage. But, like, if you think of something else, like, don't hesitate to do it. That's what I'm trying to get at here, is make your own styles, have fun with your own styles, make sure that, the idea being that since everything costs stamina, it kind of balances itself out with a lot of things. So here's the Lugaroo military style. I'm actually going to save myself a little bit of headache later on. There we go. The best part is, like, once we actually get to the, unfun part. So, power kick. So, character makes the dead. Power kick. Strength times 2 damage to the target. Requires 2 functional legs. Yeah, nice and simple. Because the thing is, like, this was before I actually wrote a lot of the ideas behind things, so I just want to... Yeah, Lugaroo military style is a lot about making sure that they, the enemy, are kind of always on the back foot. Actually, what I should do is change the utility to plus finesse, minus strength, minus toughness, minus, yeah. Plus finesse. Cannot use offensive maneuver. Cannot use offensive moves. Yeah, Rabbit Dance is literally all about, I gotta leave. I just gotta yeet myself out of here and just leave. I'm done. I don't want to fight here anymore. Because again, Lugaroo military style is a lot more about being able to do a little bit of damage and then GTFO. Or it's about punishing an enemy who's trying to do something, to get to you while you back away. And, that's kind of to represent kind of the soldiers in Lugaroo and Overgrowth not being great when it comes to actually fighting. Because you can deal with them pretty fast. But their big thing is they can swarm you, and if what kicks they do land are painful. Actually, I'm going to call that fidget. call you Fidget. And this is a defensive move. Snap kick. The character prepares a counter maneuver. Prepares a counter with a strength OC. On a success, the opposing character is dealt strength and damage. It's dealt the strength and damage. See, this is kind of their thing. They want to keep you at bay. They want to hit you when you're down. They also want to be able to dodge. Like they're a lot more defensive than the other style, the Lugaroo Thug style. Yeah. Stomp is pretty good when combined with counter throw, because the idea is you get tossed on your ass, and should be OC, not CO, OC. You get tossed on your ass, and then they stomp you on your head, and you die. That's what they want to do. That's the kind of the desired end of the fight to them. So keyword kick that makes it snapping quickly, dealing the strength. Yep, and again, you can attach a keyword to it. Actually, what I'll call that the focus kick. Both legs must be usable. Both legs must be usable. And keyword. So again, at this point, you can use fidget or whatever the fuck I decide to call this. Actually, I'm going to call it maneuverable. The move allows the character to make a dodge for no stamina next. For no, make their next dodge for no stamina. Now, why is this valuable? You may wonder. Well, let's say, theoretically, of course, I'm learning Lugaroo military style. When you start the game, you start with all of these. But let's say I start as someone else and I start learning this style slowly and steadily. I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty nice. When I reach tier 3 in this, I get maneuverable. What does that mean? Is I can attach that to any of my keyword abilities, and then I can attach maneuverable to it. Now, let's say I want to make a character who's a very offensive character, and his idea is that he doesn't have a lot of stamina, but what stamina he does use, he burns to make like a big attack near the end. Now, think about how valuable. Think about how valuable maneuverable on their next attack would be. Because that means you don't have to roll a post check. You just instantly, you don't spend any stamina for your next dodge. So you have the ability, you just don't spend anything for it. And you gain something for it. You're dodging out of the way. You're weakening them. They're forced to pay to attack you for nothing. And then you beat them in it. Or if you really want to, you can say, all right, and then after that, they try to attack you again. You counter throw them. You just yeet that man over your shoulder and kick him in the face again. So let's see. Jump kick. Kick hops on their next foot, dealing a strength -2 damage attack. Capitalize damage. And as kind of described what the chain does, let's say I power kick, I can jump kick into it for the same amount of stamina. I'm pretty much paying 1 for the power kick into the jump kick into another move. You know, I might not do any damage with the jump kick, but I may do damage. You know, if my strength is, D10, for example, I may do 8 damage with it. 8 damage is pretty damn good. That's 8 damage. They now have to kind of try to figure out where the hell it goes. That 8 damage may be the difference between, hey, I broke your arm, versus I didn't quite break your arm, and you're now going to counter throw my ass. And fight stance. Yeah, flight stance is kind of exactly what it is. It's you boost your finesse in exchange for strength. And keyword roll. So we're going to call we're actually going to call it the dodge roll. Keyword. Extra rolls. Avoid harm. Avoiding the attack. On a fin OC. They seize the momentum on a success. Must have 2 functional legs. The problem is, you also get kickboxer stance. You can't use, you get more strength, you get more toughness, but you can't use any of your defensive moves, which sucks. But you may not want to do that. You may want to rapidly switch between, all right, I'm going to start in flight stance, and I'm going to use I'm going to start in my neutral stance. I'm going to power kick for 1. I'm going to then hit again with my jump kick, then focus kick. I've spent 3 stamina at this point. Then I'm like, all right, I'm going to switch back to my kickboxer stance. I've spent 7. Because again, it would be 6. I spent 6 stamina to kick once with the power kick, do the jump kick, do a focus kick, move back to kickboxer stance, and then move the kickboxer stance, or move the flight stance, or move the rabbit dance. I have kicked my way back and forth to make it show that it works. And breaker kick. Actually, we're going to do sweep kick, keyword. Requires both legs to be functional. Why is that so important? Why is that tier 6? You know, and you're kind of an elite master. Why is that? What does it make it? What makes it elite? What makes it important? Well, think about your combo now. You want to combo, and you want to, you know, really deal with a person. Start a neutral stance. Power kick, jump. Do the jump kick into the, you know, do the chain jump kick. Focus kick for your keyword. Jump kick again, then do the sweep kick. You've suddenly, you know, or hey, I want to switch to kickboxer stance. That's one. I want to do the offensive move, power kick. That's going to cost me 2. Then I do another jump. I go into the jump kick, chain it together. Then I go into the focus kick for 3. I jump kick again, and then I go for the sweep. So, let's see, so that's 6, 4, 11 stamina, effectively, 11 stamina. I've done strength times 2 damage to the target. I've done strength minus 2 damage to the target. Strength plus finesse to damage, with a keyword, of course, so it can be any number of things. Then did another jump kick, then led into a sweep, which you've suddenly made this man's hell because you've attacked him about a dozen goddamn times in many limbs. So he now has to make a decision. You know, what do I spend? What don't I spend? Am I going to be okay with taking this damage? Am I not going to be okay with taking this damage? That's the compromise that you're forced to make. Because Lugaru military style is going to be a... God, how do I want to word this? It's an offensive style. Actually, I could probably justify it being a hybrid, you know, as an offensive-defensive style. Defensive style. That's Lugaroo. Okay, now we get to do the fun part. Let's see, novice. Seasoned. Skilled veteran. Elite. And now comes the fun part. If I paste this in here, will everything break horrifically? Paste on late. And are we lucky? And we are not lucky. We are definitely not lucky. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to shift you all the way over there. We're going to shift you all the way over there. Tier we can make a little bit smaller. We can make it... Shrink keywords down a little bit. I think we can shrink utility down a little bit. Okay, all right, we're making progress. We're making progress. Oh, jeez. Nah, oh god. So if we do Archivo 10 maybe? Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. Does it look nice? Oh god, no. But okay, so we gotten the one done. 24 more to go. So, styles. Style. Character. Encapsulation. Starting. Starting characters considered proficient in one style. In one style of their choice. The following examples are provided to give examples and ideas. At the end of this section, a guide to how to create your own styles. Styles will be detailed. Each style is composed of offensive moves, defensive moves, utility abilities, and keywords. Offensive and defensive moves are talents that a character can use while in combat, dealing damage, mitigating damage, or simply setting the enemy up for their allies. Utility is the concept of stances and passive abilities. Finally, keywords are the character's knowledge and skills regarding their style that they may transfer over to other styles they may learn. Key terms. Move. A character's moves are abilities they are able to use and manipulate in a situation. Situation, whether they have the momentum or not. passive. A character's passives or abilities and tricks that are always active on the character and do not require stamina to be used to manipulate them. Keyword. Character overall training can be summarized in keywords, which give a bonus to any which may be applied to any move that has the keyword tag after it. Only one keyword may be used at a time. Only one keyword may be used at a time per ability, per move. Choose wisely. Stances. They shift or wait to move their body and generally position themselves differently to go into a different stance. While in the stance, they follow what it details, often increasing slash decreasing their attribute dice, or giving them bonuses slash penalties for being in it. Chain. The character may act repeatedly with a chain attack, allowing the character to use the move right after another move is used for 0 additional stamina. For 0 additional stamina. Each chain move can only be used once after each unique move. Can only be used once after each unique move. A footnote, meaning that a character cannot endlessly use move 1, chain 1, move 1, chain 1, etc., etc. What are some other things that I'm... There we go. backspace. There we go. Thames differently, endlessly. Come with me, and you'll see a world of pure imagination, even though I'm just a weeb. What I'm going to actually do is make this a 3. Okay. Formats and no insert footnote from games Lugaroo and its sequel overgrowth. From Wolfire Games, Lugaroo and its sequel, Overgrowth. And if we select everything, oh god. Nope. Cease, stop, in name, nope. Patronics Rex, yep, yes, there we are. Offensive theory. And we're going to go right here. We're going to duplicate. And Lugaroo Thug. Lugaroo Military. Don't need you open. I don't really need you open. Lugaroo Thug style. And delete all of you. Okay. Rapidly springs their hand forward to punch a target in the face. Strength. Requires one arm to be functional. Well, it'd be a good. So let me see if that's the correct turn of phrase. Yep. Roll with the punch. The character's block is now at a 2:1 ratio. Actually, 1:2 ratio for stamina to damage. Stamina to damage. Brutal stance, plus strength. Dog. Adds an extra +2 to all damage dealt with the move. Shank. They make an attack with a sharp-edged, sharp melee weapon for 0 stamina. For no stamina for their next attack after the move is complete. Grab and top. Opponent. The character may toss an opponent to them. Use this move. Shake it off. Shake it off. Character restores 1 stamina. Restores half of damage taken. Restores 1 stamina every time they are 1 additional stamina. Stamina anytime they are injured. Injured in combat. Character twists, turns. Really to confuse and disorient their foe. The opponent's defenses are at a -2 if they choose to roll. actually. There has a +2. Ooh, and a character attempts to use a defensive move on them. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need, if we're doing my math correctly, 13. So 8, so that means we need 5 more. Okay, and we have 3 tiers left. Okay. So we're going to give them another defensive move. Take it on the chest. The character. The character is double damage. Vibrations. The character may redistribute the damage of the attack throughout their entire body. Now, mind you, that costs a stamina to use. Like, that still costs stamina to actually, use. So you're spending a stamina to pretty much take damage everywhere on your body instead of just 1 or 2 places. Very good if you're not taking that much damage, as it's just 1 damage here, 1 damage there, 1 damage too. If you're taking a lot, you're still gonna feel it eventually. It's just like, well, crap. Actually, I'm going to rabbit. Actually, what I can do is I'm going to savage chain keyword. A series of rapid fire kicks. Opponent. Dealing toughness. Toughness plus finesse. Must be functional. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 3 more. So pretty much I'm just going to put 2 right down here. There's going to be 1 more keyword. Call it unbroken. All damage 2. Resist all damage against the character. Resist all damage to a single body part until they regain momentum. Now, again, it's one of those things, like, if you realize, you can kind of see, Unbroken, all of these are really valuable, but you can't really use that many until you get to Savage. Yeah, the savage. That's kind of your kicker right there. You could say. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I want to put one. What's Lucky Strike keyword? They deal their strength plus toughness and damage to character's torso. The opposing character also loses 1d4 stamina. And then we have Rabbit Cannon. Keyword. Strength plus toughness times 2 damage to torso. Down. No. Requires 2 functional legs. There we go. So as you can see, compared to the Lugaru military is all about kind of keeping your stance right and being able to maneuver around a little bit more, while Lugaru thug style is a lot more about damaging people and making sure you get to that point. So Lugaru thug is really valuable if you want to pair it with something. That's kind of its thing. It's like really nice if you can pair it with something. For example, Turner from the games, anyway. I could picture is. Oh, I'm doing well, Bakalu. I'm doing very well. I don't know if you're still here or listening to me, or I don't check my chat that often because I'm a terrible streamer. But as I was saying, so the second you get up the skill, you get the savage. When you start using these keywords, like Turner himself is Lugaru military, probably up to at least veteran, and then he went down this to elite. Like by the end, he's elite in both of these because he's a goddamn monster made of sadness and murder a lot of the time near the end of the game, because you do kill a lot of people, like an unholy number of people. It's actually kind of ridiculous, the number of, well, death that you cause single-handedly, because you are a murder machine. So what I can do is I'm going to select all of these. Oh god, please don't. Oh my god. I'm just going to keep doing this, by the way. It's going to keep driving me absolutely up the wall. And it works. Archivo 10. character is dealt. What? Oh gosh. Oh gosh diddly damn it. Good. Select everything. 10 archivo. And welcome to my fucking life as I shake it off. And Savage. Lucky Strike. Broken. How do I get you? How do I get you up here? Shift you over a little bit. Shift you just over a smidge. There we go. Yeah. Are all of these going to be slightly different in how they look? Yes, they are. And it's going to be absolutely disgusting to look at. But it's the only way I'm really going to be able to make this work. And my theory that this is going to be quite a bit of pages is turning out very, very correct. Very, very correct. So what I'm actually probably going to do, just because I don't want to absolutely kill myself, is going to cut everything down to 3. Just so I don't absolutely murder myself and want to die. There we go. We'll take up contours of Bokum, Kapodia, and Krav Maga. Okay. So tomorrow, I'm going to call the stream here. We only been working for an hour, but I actually kind of wanted to make sure just everything kind of worked. And it was a little bit late when I started anyway. But how this is going to work is we're going to go through and just make styles all day tomorrow. And that's literally what it's going to be. That's literally all it is going to be. Is going to be us going through every single step of the way and making sure 1s equals 2s equals 3s, or 13 ones. I'm suspecting, again, this took us about an hour to get 2 done, but this was also me kind of philosophically talking to myself and trying to fix 1. So, roughly speaking, if we spend about 2 hours tomorrow, or the day after that, we can get the now 15 done relatively quickly, and I might work on some kind of in the meantime. If I do that, it'll probably be just like 1 or 2. But if I can just hammer out each of those, then we'd be pretty solid. After that, there's actually not that much to do. In this particular game, there's not much in the way of things to do, as again, it's very setting dependent of how I want to do it. You can argue that this entire game, Fists of Chaos in general, is under the pretext of making a very basic game to be a toolbox, jumping off point for other games. The fact that I have it here, the fact that it's going to be written down means that the ideas and thoughts behind it are going to be here for the future that I may reference back and grab something with. So, guesstimating if we continue the same pace, and usually I can probably get about, I'd say 3 done every session if I really kind of hammer through it and I don't really focus on I just focus exclusively on that. I suspect we can get 2 to 3 done every stream pretty solidly. Again, I will probably work on 1 throughout the day tomorrow, and 1 or 2 throughout the day. Probably finish up Lugaroos with the wolves. Yeah, I'll probably do wolf style rather. Yeah, actually no, dog style. I think that works. I'll do that, and then probably work on 1 of the Kenshi ones to kind of get the feeling for that, and just generally start working the way through, because that's really all this is going to be at the end of the day. It's going to be just having to brute force the way through everything, taking everything and going 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. It's just a lot of time, and that's kind of the unfortunate part of this phase of development, where it's just time and effort. That's literally all it is, just time and effort. But that's kind of the fun part almost. After this, after the styles are done, is then we work on advancement. Advancement's going to be fairly simple. I don't want it to be like this overly complex nightmare. But it's going to be a lot of, again, your bog standard leveling up system to make sure. And every level up, you pretty much can go up a tier in a style of your choice. So if you start with effectively you start at proficiency 3, you could say, or level 3, since you already start at proficient in one style. You can level up yourself to skilled, to veteran, to elite, and get all the cool stuff in one specific skill, versus having 2 styles who do 2 separate things. So it's kind of your, do you want to do one thing very well and have a very powerful move, or a powerful defensive ability, or a really useful passive, or a really stupid keyword? Or do you want to go down the route of having multiple styles and really kind of mixing and matching to make things exactly the way you'd want them? That's kind of my compromise, you could say. So hopefully that works for everyone. Thank you all for watching, if you are watching, or you're just listening to my sweet serenading voice in the background. I will be on tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to start the stream a little bit sooner than I have been recently. That's been kind of my goof. Been just time has escaped me in the end of days going on outside, so my sense of time has been all messed up a little bit, so that's why the stream's been starting pretty later than usual, I should say. So thank you again. If you're watching this on YouTube, obviously like, comment, subscribe. If you are watching this on Twitch, leave me a follow. And generally, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. Yeah.